So I want to talk about 5 big changes to Blackout that were made during this week's patch. The update had so many things in it that a few things may have gotten swept under the rug or just passed over by most people. One of my favorite things was the addition of swap and attach. Now this feature is definitely similar to the one that is in Apex Legends, but it's really important to note that this was also a feature requested back during the Blackout beta. The way it works is if you have a weapon equipped with some attachments, you can hold triangle or whatever your weapon swap button is, and it will automatically put all compatible attachments from your previous weapon onto the weapon you are picking up. Any attachments that are not compatible will be dropped onto the ground. I feel like this feature is a little incomplete, however. It would be nice to be able to swap attachments between 2 weapons that you currently have equipped without having to detach or drop anything, and also swap and replace when you only have a single weapon equipped. I've had cases where I find an SMG and long barrel with hybrid mags right away, but then I find a KN57 that I want to use those attachments on. I still have to detach them manually because I only have the option to equip a second weapon and not the swap and attach option. It's a small thing, but I would appreciate it. In addition to the swap and attach, they added the ability to automatically equip healing items and equipment. If you find a concussion grenade that you want equipped immediately, just press triangle and it's equipped. Same with healing items. You don't have to swap to the trauma kit or clear out a single space in your inventory to equip it and use it anymore. If your inventory is full, the item that was replaced when you equip the new healing item or equipment will be dropped to the ground. They've also changed the quick menu to show the number you actually have of a single item rather than a stack. This should also help speed up the process of going through the quick menu to select the healing item or piece of equipment you want. The next thing we've had is a massive amount of map updates. The biggest change, of course, is Ghost Town, but we've also had a ton of new buildings added around the map. No joke, it's pretty close to 100 additional buildings outside of Ghost Town. Now these are all small buildings from what I've seen, but that's still a pretty decent addition to the map. Adding over 100 total locations to loot is substantial. Armor has been changed once again. It seems they think they over-nerfed armor in the previous update, as did almost everyone else playing Blackout. Level 1 has been bumped up to 25%, and level 2 and 3 are both now matched at 35%. But level 3 armor now has a 50% melee damage reduction, and of course retains that headshot protection. Level 3 armor has also been buffed to once again take only 5 armor plates to fully repair. Turns out they realized the nerf requiring double the plates was a little overboard. At this point, I think they should remove level 1 armor, keep level 2 and 3 on equal ground in regards to bullet damage, but level 3 still has that added benefit of melee and headshot damage reduction. If you have a single damage reduction to work with, you can better tune weapons to be balanced. Speaking of, we've had 20 weapons get a tuning pass in Blackout. Some of the highlights are a damage reduction to the SWAT. That's been reduced from 36 damage to 34 damage. It's still higher than both the ICR and Vapor, which both remain at 32 damage, but the Vapor has had a recoil reduction on its first and second shots, while the SWAT has had a recoil increase on its first and second shot. Same thing with Idle Sway. Vapor had it reduced, and the SWAT had it increased. The implication is pretty minor. It will be a 10 shot against level 2 and 3 armor with a trauma kit, so that scenario is where you will see an increase in shots to kill by 1. Previously at 36 damage, it would only be a 9-shot kill against the current level 2 and 3 armor with 200 health. I will still use it a ton, but the KN57 will be uncontested for time to kill versus 200 health with level 2 or 3 armor. All LMGs will deal additional damage against vehicles and equipment, and the ABR has received a nerf to its rate of fire, while the Swordfish has had yet another buff to its recoil. I'll link to patch notes so you can read all of the weapon changes in full, but those are the ones that kind of stuck out to me. Almost everything was tuned in some way, but I know the KN57 wasn't touched, which is a good thing because that would probably just be a nerf. I currently think it is still one of the best weapons to use in Blackout. The last thing I wanted to talk about was a change to the leveling system. You can finally prestige in Blackout. What they've done next to this is increase the number of merits you need to rank up by 10 times, and also the merits you earned have been increased. I'm not sure why that was necessary if everything is still going to remain in multiples of 10. They've just made it look like a bigger number, but have added a few smaller ways to earn merits. One thing that bugs me is they didn't add any sort of prestige challenges. This would have actually been a nice incentive for players to play and get those challenges, because completing those challenges would allow for ranking up to be even faster. They could have even done something very similar to multiplayer. Get X number of kills with each weapon or X number of kills while using this attachment. It's another missed opportunity, and it also makes me wonder what in the hell took so long to implement this prestige system if they're not going to add any other systems next to it. Well, that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this useful. If you did, a like and subscribe is always appreciated, and I'll see you next time.